It's right.
Wandered into a corner store. The story of the deer in the deli coming up.
Stay right where you are. The 10 o'clock news starts now. Tonight, first at 10, a serial killer who terrorized Portland admits his guilt. The sentencing of Todd Allen Reed.
The end of an era tonight. Portland's one-time premier movie theater is shutting its doors. A live report from the Eastgate Theater. Also, new information about the crash of NASCAR superstar Dale Earnhardt. It's 10 o'clock.
Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. The Forest Park serial killer terrorized Portland for a whole summer. Tonight, he has cut a deal with the state. Todd
Allen Reed pleaded guilty this morning. That means he will not get the death penalty. Instead, he'll spend the rest of his life in jail. KPTV's Drew Mickelson joins us now live with reactions from family members of Reed's victims. Drew?
Shauna, Todd Allen Reed was sentenced to life in prison without the opportunity for parole out here at the courthouse this morning. Before hearing his sentence, he had to listen to testimony from some of his victims' family members. These folks told Todd Allen Reed how he had ruined their lives.
I mean, it was pretty overwhelming. Overwhelming isn't even the word for it. It was painful.
This morning, Susan Eisen Lindquist had to face the man who killed her daughter. She spoke at Todd Allen Reed's sentencing. Reed pleaded guilty to the murders of Stephanie Russell, Lilla Muller, and Susan's daughter, Alexandria Eisen. They were all strangled to death in Portland's Forest Park in the spring of 1999. By pleading guilty, Reed avoids the death penalty. His victims' families have mixed reactions to that outcome.
I think he deserves to die. But I'm okay with that in the fact that he won't be hurting anyone else. And I think he needs to live with it. I think he needs to live with what he did.
State prosecutors checked with the families before agreeing to the plea deal.
We've spent the last week consulting with the families of the various victims and past victims and with the police involved in the case. And most of them felt that the certainty that he would never be released was worth foregoing the death sentence, and that's what led to the plea agreement today.
Reach out to each other.
The victims' families and friends say they've become one large grieving family since the Park murders 2 years ago. And with today's sentence, they feel they finally have some closure.
We didn't sleep very good last night, I can tell you that. And, yeah, I think I'm going to sleep tonight.
There is one more thing that Alexandria Eisen's family would like to see happen. You're looking at a photo of a memorial made for Alexandria. It was left in Forest Park where she was killed. After a couple of weeks, someone stole this cross, and the family has not seen it since. If you know anything about it, the police would like to speak with you because the family would like to see it returned. As for Todd Allen Reed, the state is not completely finished with him yet. They say he is still a suspect, the lead suspect, in 3 unsolved murders, 1 here in Portland and 2 out in Gresham. If he does face charges, he could end up facing the death penalty because today's plea was for a completely separate matter.
Drew, it sounds like they're still going to be looking to find out whether he was the killer of those other 3 people, huh?
Very closely, very closely.
Thanks.
New information tonight about the 2 men who were killed during Wednesday's murder-suicide at the local truck stop. Mark Stevens was shot by John Carpenter, who then turned the gun on himself. Carpenter had worked for the victim at his chimney cap fabrication business and was also renting a home from Stevens. According to investigators, Carpenter was about to be evicted, and that may have been what set him off. The 2 men had known each other for 17 years, and according to one of Stevens' former employees, Carpenter knew his victim regularly had coffee at the Pilot Travel Center in Brooks, where he was killed.
A teenager accused of stabbing 2 classmates at Marshall High School has been charged with attempted murder. The 14-year-old was already on probation for carrying a concealed weapon and trying to drive a car. He's accused of stabbing the 2 other teens during a fight in the cafeteria. The most seriously hurt, a 15-year-old student, is in fair condition after surgery. Students say the attacker had lost a fight earlier yesterday morning outside the school, and that may have led to the stabbings. 2 women who gave alcohol to a 14-year-old girl who died now face much more serious charges. Teresa Bettis is charged with manslaughter, and Lana Capacci is charged with criminally negligent homicide. Capacci's 17-year-old son is also charged with manslaughter. He'll be tried as an adult. 14-year-old Tamara Wartles died earlier this month in Corvallis. Tests show her blood alcohol level was .31, 4 times the legal limit.
We now know the name of the Portland officer who shot a carjacking suspect yesterday afternoon. Officer Robert Pippin is a 6-year veteran of the Portland Police Bureau. According to investigators, it all started when the suspect, 34-year-old David Gildersleeve, showed a gun to a woman who was coming out of a Milwaukee bakery and demanded her car keys. Police say he then drove off in the woman's car, leading police on a high-speed chase down I-5. When Gildersleeve crashed the car near Multnomah Boulevard, police say he came out with a gun, and that is when he was shot once in the leg by Officer Pippin. Gildersleeve is recovering in the hospital. Officer Pippin is on paid administrative leave. Well, last night we asked you if you thought police take unnecessary risks when pursuing suspects. Here's how you answered our 12 Talkback online poll. 56% of you said yes, 43% said no.
There are reports tonight that a ransom has been paid for the release of American workers kidnapped in Ecuador. Oregon Congressman Greg Walden says he received confirmation from the U.S. State Department that the ransom had been paid, but still no word on when they might be released. 3 of the hostages are from southern Oregon. They're all employees of Erickson Air Crane. They were kidnapped in a raid on an oil camp. Originally, the kidnappers demanded $80 million for the release of the hostages, but again tonight, no word yet on when they might be coming home.
A local neighborhood is in shock after a hate crime is committed in their backyards. Someone carved the letters KKK into the side of a truck, and Tigard police want to know who did it. The owner of this red pickup is African American. His neighbors on Southwest Village Park Lane woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of baseball bats smashing the windshield and sides of that car. The seats were slashed, but the worst part is what the vandals scratched into the paint.
Etched into the side of the car were the letters KKK. Now, this department is aggressively investigating the entire incident. We are also proceeding the fact that it is a racially motivated crime.
Witnesses say 3 white males in their late teens were seen smashing the car and running off. Tigard police are offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect.
A McMinnville church is cleaning up after vandals broke through a stained glass window and crawled inside. A board now covers the hole behind the pulpit. Once the vandals got inside, they began breaking things. A corner statue of the Virgin Mary is gone. It was smashed beyond repair. A processional cross was also broken. The church organ is more than 100 years old, and parishioners are grateful it was not touched.
You know, it hurts that they would do it, that they would be disrespectful enough to do it. But like I said, I was thankful they didn't do more because, you know, if kids get in, they can damage a lot of stuff real easily.
The stained glass window is being repaired by the original artist. Jerry Veely will replace the squares broken by the vandals and put them back in place as soon as possible.
In the state of Washington, federal agents have made the biggest cocaine bust in years. They found 2.5 tons of cocaine on this Canadian fishing boat in the waters near Seattle. One drug agent says it's the most cocaine he's seen in 12 years. 5 Canadian men on board the boat were arrested. They're being held by the INS because of their immigration status. The boat, called Western Wind, belongs to a company with an address in Victoria, British Columbia.
A manufacturing plant here in Portland announces it's laying off some workers. About 200 workers at York International learned they are losing their jobs. The company is based in Pennsylvania, and it builds and maintains commercial air conditioners. The news comes as quite a shock to the workers, many of whom have worked at York for years.
Yeah, I figured I was going to retire from here, but it's not going to happen. And, you know, you figure at my age it's going to be a little hard getting out into the workforce again.
An attorney for the company says the plant will shut down in June because of overcapacity. Only marketing and engineering jobs will remain in our area. The rest of the work will be transferred to another plant in Mississippi. More layoffs for Portland's Freightliner plant. The company tells us 50 additional full-time jobs will be cut over the next 10 months. They come on the heels of 1,000 layoffs announced just last month. Freightliner blamed a combination of high fuel prices, higher interest rates, and a general economic slowdown for the layoffs. And the latest job losses are necessary, they say, to cut costs.
Well, it is time to wave goodbye to another Portland landmark.
After 35 years of entertaining Portland, the Eastgate Movie Theater is calling it quits. KPTV's David Wilson joins us from Southeast 82nd tonight. Dave, I guess Sunday is the last day, right?
That's exactly right. 35 years ago when the Eastgate Theater was built, it was state-of-the-art. I remember coming here 20 years ago, and it was the place to see a movie in Portland with the improved sound and the big screen. And now it's simply fading into history.
Someday, all that remains of the Eastgate Theater may lie in Portlander Steve Stone's basement.
This is some theater seats that go way back to when I was a teenager.
a theater historian. Stone's basement is full of forgotten pieces of Portland theaters, such as the Orpheum, the Crest, the Fox.
Even the popcorn is old.
The remnants of the theaters now make up a miniature cinema set up in Stone's basement.
To a certain extent, this is an extension of a family scrapbook.
When built in 1966, the Eastgate with 2 theaters was the first multiplex cinema in Portland. Costing $1 million to build, Portlanders flocked to see and hear Hollywood blockbusters on the biggest screen in town.
Movies like Jaws, The Godfather, and The Sting, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. These all played initially at the Eastgate.
My late wife, Marilyn, designed it. She picked all the colors, and I bought the equipment, and we were kind of proud of it.
Tom Moyer built the Eastgate. He says it's a victim of the times.
There's just too many theaters. We've had a building frenzy going on for the last 5 years. It's caught up with them.
I remember my first movie was E.T.
Nostalgic Portlanders like Josh Banke remember their childhood at the Eastgate.
Gonna miss it. It's a wonderful theater. I love the big theater with the big screen.
But who knows? A small piece of the Eastgate may live on in Steve Stone's heart and his basement.
And remember, the balcony here at the Eastgate closes for the last time here on Sunday evening. But the good news is, all weekend for $1, you can catch Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark for $1 on the big screen with the THX sound. So can't beat that.
I know a lot of folks from the station are planning to go this weekend. Last chance to see a movie on that great big screen. Thanks, David.
Yep.
A local sewage company says they accidentally released over 1 million gallons of wastewater into the Tualatin River. The Unified Sewerage Agency, or USA's, Forest Grove Wastewater Treatment Plant released 1.3 million gallons of partially treated wastewater yesterday and today. They discovered the release this morning, and that's when they stopped it. USA is sampling 4 sites along the Tualatin River and has posted warning signs. They suggest anyone who comes in contact with the river should wash well, since wastewater can be high in bacteria. The spilled wastewater makes up less than 1% of the river's daily flow.
Portland's ambitious plans for the park blocks have been given a $20 million boost. The state treasurer has approved investing the money to pay for the construction of the Museum Place South project. It's the first of a nearly $120 million 3-block renovation. This project will include 140 mixed-income apartment units and a grocery store.
Coming up, a deer in the meat aisle, but this one is alive. See how this buck ended up in a grocery store? It's all caught on tape.
Also, hundreds of people in Portland are the victims of stalkers, but what is being done to stop this dangerous problem? A 12 on assignment special reports.
Plus, new information about the deadly crash of NASCAR hero Dale Earnhardt, the latest in a live report.
On the weather deck, all is very quiet and dry right now. 50 degrees, the high temperature in Portland today, the low 38, and so far a trace of precipitation. Hey, I've made a big change for the weekend forecast. Find out what I am talking about at 10:25.
I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Ken Ackerman. Next week, learn how you can turn your old wedding dress into a wish for a very special person.
And spiritual leader and author Deepak Chopra on Divine Understanding next week on Bid Day.
Of Oregon and Washington Dodge dealers, there's only one Dodge dealer who sells the most vehicles, Timberline Dodge, where the entire Northwest shops for a Dodge.
On sale now at Fred Meyer.
While progress should never come to a halt, there are many places it should never come to at all. So we work locally with communities, businesses, and people like you to save precious places around the world, forever. I'm Paul Newman. Help the Nature Conservancy save the last great places.
If you love meat, then you'll love Papa Murphy's Chicago-style pizza. 2 layers of fresh crust stuffed with a full pound of cheese, loads of premium pepperoni and salami, beef and sausage, topped with more cheese, fresh Roma tomatoes, and green onions. It weighs over 5 pounds. Papa Murphy's Chicago-style stuffed pizza. For a limited time, it's just $10.99.
Papa Murphy's Take and Bake.
Big pizza, big taste.
I want a new car, one that makes me look nice, one that gets me from A to B, offer me for the perfect price.
Your Toyota dealer has what you want, the ever-reliable Corolla. Now with this low 3.9 financing. And that's a great deal for the best-selling car in history. You want it, we have it. Just see your Toyota dealer today.
I want a new car.
Dale Earnhardt is doing in death what he did in life, drawing thousands to the racetrack.
That's right, thousands of people. Look at them all. They went to the Portland Speedway tonight to remember Earnhardt. He was killed Saturday in a crash at the Daytona 500. To these sad fans, Earnhardt was a lot more than just a race car driver.
And he'll be there forever. You know, that's why we're all here, to show everybody that, hey, he wasn't just a race car driver. He was a man. I mean, that's why I did my truck like this, because he drives an old truck, you know, and he was just a good old boy. And
others at the Candlelight Vigil said Earnhardt was the greatest NASCAR driver of all time. Well, NASCAR revealed today that the restraining lap belt in Dale Earnhardt's wrecked car was broken. They don't know how, where, or when it broke, but they're concerned about it. KPTV's Chris Murphy has the latest. He joins us from the newsroom. Chris?
Well, Kurt, the head of emergency medical services at Daytona International Speedway says if the seatbelt had remained intact, it may have saved Earnhardt's life.
It was a revelation that compounded the shock still reverberating through auto racing. News today, the seatbelt in Dale Earnhardt's 3-year-old car was broken. The thick nylon strap separated into 2 pieces in the lower left clip, a finding officials say has never happened in NASCAR's 52-year history.
The fabric between the buckle part and the adjuster part is where it broke, right in the area where my index finger is, right here. Certainly, no one can say for sure what would have happened. If his restraint system, his belt had held, he would have had a much better chance of survival.
Drivers and crews who arrived in Rockingham for this week's race were notified of the findings. They then tried to return to a therapeutic routine.
When we walk in the garage area, we're back in our element. We're doing the things that we've done for so long, and I'm glad we're here, and I think it's going to help get the healing process on down the road a little bit further.
The immediate future of Earnhardt's stable was plotted today. Young Kevin Harvick will drive Earnhardt's Chevrolet, but with the number 29 on the side and with a white paint scheme. Earnhardt's racing namesake also will forge ahead, albeit with a heartache that remains unspeakable.
I miss my father, and I've cried for him, but out of my own selfish pity is the reason for those emotions, and I just try to maintain a good focus for the future and just remember that he's in a better place.
NASCAR does not retire numbers, but there will be a 1-year moratorium on the number 3, a number, Kurt, that will always be associated with Dale Earnhardt Sr. Back to you.
Chris, a quick question for my ambulance days. One of the first things you do at an accident scene is you cut, as a paramedic or a medic, you cut the seatbelt to get the victim out. Is there any reason to believe that's what happened in this case?
There's been some talk about that, and of course the investigation continues tonight, but the preliminary investigation shows that it in fact did snap. So the problem there, not when they tried to get, at that point, a dead Dale Earnhardt out of the car.
That's just remarkable. All right, Chris Murphy in the newsroom. Thanks.
Nike is recalling more than 200,000 pairs of shoes because people are getting cuts on their legs from a metal strip on the shoe's heel. The shoes are the Jordan Trunner LX and Jordan Trunner 2000. They were available at major shoe stores and department stores from May of 2000 all the way up to this month. Now, if you have a pair, return them to the store where you bought them to get another pair of shoes or store credit.
There is a plan in the works to help pay for a baseball stadium once a major league team agrees to relocate to Portland. A bill would allocate $150 million in lottery-backed bonds for the stadium. 4 teams are thought to be candidates to move: the Minnesota Twins, the Oakland A's, the Montreal Expos, and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. If Portland were to get a team, a new ballpark would be necessary. The refurbished PGE is not big enough to handle the Major League team. So what do you think? Should lottery dollars be used to support a Major League Baseball team here in the city? That is tonight's 12 Talkback Online poll question. Log on to our website at Oregons12.com, and you'll get to see results on Monday's 10 o'clock news.
Plus, not often an Olympic champion comes to Portland, but we have one here right now.
Yeah, she won 3 gold medals in Australia last September. She's back to train for more wins. Tim Becker's here now with more on swimmer Inge de Bruin.
Inge de Bruin, and a lot of people not sure how to pronounce your name when they see it in writing, so they call her Inky de Brown.
Inky de Brown.
Inky de Brown, and that's just absolutely fine with her. You know, we first met Inky last April. Back then, she had visions of what could be, training for the Olympics away from her native Netherlands at the Tualatin Hill Swim Club. Well, she's back, owner of 3 gold medals and a silver medal, and tonight she shared her success with a lot of local fans.
And I never, ever thought I was going to win like 3 gold medals. So that was, yeah, really a dream that came true for me.
Inge de Bruin is what all these kids... She's on the train, he must get off. But such rulings have another requirement.
Objectively reasonable for that person to be alarmed by those contacts.
That reasonable apprehension is what the stalking courts have struggled with.
What it really means is that all of us are looking at imminent physical danger of some sort.
A police officer can make an arrest on accusations of stalking, and judges will issue temporary orders and refer the case to Judge Lawrence. But he issues permanent stalking orders only about 10% of the time. Sorting out the dangerous from the merely annoying is an inexact process, with real impacts on the accused, too.
It comes up on computer printouts, on FBI reports, on when the police are doing routine traffic stops, and it is not a helpful sort of order to have for your record.
But after trying the police or neighborhood mediator, filing a stalking order may prevent unwanted contact. In the most extreme situations, it could save your life. In downtown Portland, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Police and judges say that if you're after a stalking protective order, you have to stand up in court and explain why that permanent order is needed. But if you get the order, if the judge gives you one, then the stalker can be arrested on the spot.
A dangerous prison inmate is on the loose tonight, the latest on an escaped convict.
Also a deadly attack in the Middle East. We have the pictures off the satellite.
Plus, the Spruce Goose spruced up, the latest on the world's largest wooden airplane when the 10 o'clock news continues.
Buick presents the best of show. Right now, Portland area residents get $1,000 auto show cash on top of current incentives. That's $1,000 extra on Century. A Consumer's Digest Best Buy. $1,000 extra on Buick's hot new Regal, the power leader in its class. Imagine $2,400 total cash back on your choice of 2001 Buick Century or Regal. Offer ends February 28th. See your Oregon Buick dealer.
Get more in touch with Portland and the news that surrounds you.
Some hunters wait for years to see a buck like this. This one wandered into a corner store. The story of the deer in the deli coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
The New York, New Jersey Hitmen take out a contract on the Chicago Enforcers in a special night of XFL action. KPTV, Oregon's 12, 5 o'clock Saturday.
Lincoln City's triple play getaway. First-rate beachfront accommodation at Shiloh's Oceanfront Resort. Factory store shopping that's second to none. With shopping coupons, free gift, and shopping bag. Then it's triple time casino action all night long. Receive 2-for-1 buffets, free gift, free plays, and more. Ready to get away from it all and have it all? For reservations, call 800-222-2244. Packages from $79 per night. We are Oregon's difference.
4 identical cars, 4 identical engines. Only one running on new Haviland, our latest triumph in Haviland motor oil technology. And what difference does that make? Not only do you get unsurpassed performance, but tests show that with new Haviland under the hood, you get better gas mileage. Haviland. Add more life to your car.
Abundant power, rugged real-time four-wheel drive, and a deceptively large amount of headroom.
Hi. We just wanted to let you know your blinker's been on.
CR-V from Honda.
President Bush and British Prime Minister Tony Blair have agreed on a number of issues.
Among them, a missile defense, Iraq, and a European military force. They held a joint news conference after their first day of talks at Camp David. On a possible European defense force, Bush says he got assurances from Blair that NATO would continue to provide the primary means for keeping peace in Europe. Blair responded that the European force would provide ways to take military action where NATO cannot. On missile defense, Bush insisted he would be able to persuade allies that such a system makes a lot of sense.
I understand and share the concern of the President and the American administration about weapons of mass destruction and nuclear proliferation. And I think it's very important in that context that we discuss all the ways that we can deal with this threat, which is a real threat and a present threat, both in relation to offensive and defensive systems.
On Iraq, both leaders said pressure should not be eased against Saddam Hussein. Bush added the U.S. still wants to find a more realistic policy than the current sanctions policy, which he calls ineffective. Yet Bush forcefully added that Saddam should not take a change in sanction policy as a signal that he can cross any line.
In other news from America tonight, a man is under arrest after trying to blow up the Capitol building in Austin, Texas. Police say the man crashed his pickup truck through the front gates that lead to the Capitol South steps. He then tried to toss a lit cigarette into the gas tank, but police caught him before he was able to do that. The truck ended up about 250 yards from the Capitol. The governor was in the Capitol at the time.
A baby was abandoned at a Detroit area hospital earlier this month, and today the county put an ad in the newspaper to the unknown father or mother. The ad says the parents have a set amount of days to come back and claim their child, or it will be put up for adoption. If the parents respond in time and pick up their baby, they will not be charged with any crime.
Police in Illinois are warning people there to be on the lookout for an escaped prison inmate, a man who once claimed to be on a mission from God to kill people who provide abortions, broke out of jail this morning. The convicted criminal was being held in jail while awaiting sentencing. Police say he was able to escape because of a design flaw in the jail. Officers are searching the area around the jail for clues.
In world news tonight, a Palestinian man is dead and an Israeli soldier injured in an apparent suicide bombing. Witnesses say the bomb went off when the man pedaled his bicycle up to this Israeli military post. Earlier, stone-throwing Palestinians clashed with Israeli soldiers. Demonstrators marched through the streets. They burned pictures of President Bush and American and Israeli flags.
Preparations are underway for a huge carnival in Brazil, or should I say carnaval. Streets are jumping in Salvador, Rio, and other cities with parades, samba rhythms, and of course you got to have those skimpy costumes. There will be 5 days of wild partying and dancing before the Catholic season of Lent begins.
Wouldn't be the same without those skimpy costumes.
Of course not.
Ever wanted to be in a movie? Well, you're going to get your chance this weekend.
We will tell you where you need to be in Portland this weekend to get your face on film. Plus, caught on tape, an 8-point buck runs loose inside a grocery store. See it for yourself at 10:47.
And revving up one more time, renovation of the Spruce Goose is almost complete. Take a tour at 10:45.
They were young schoolgirls until a stranger turned them into sex slaves. The next Arrest and Trial.
Tonight at 11 on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
With a 4-liter V6 engine, switch-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, and a 4-door super cab, the 2001 Ford Ranger is like having your own high-speed quad. And then there's the new scratch-resistant rail guards. Now you can lease a 2001 Ford Ranger for as little as $199 per month for 36 months. Only at your Northwest Ford store.
The pizza is really good, usually very fresh and hot. They've got an absolute fantastic salad bar.
My boyfriend can put it down. He loves Izzy's.
I can afford to bring all 3 of my kids here, and they can eat whatever they want for about the same price as it would cost for me to go to fast food.
I think the food at Izzy's is top quality, always fresh.
You can grab a quick meal and just head right back to school.
If you've had a crazy day and the kids are home, you don't feel like cooking, you just say, let's go to Izzy's.
Looking for inspiration for your home and garden? You'll find it at the GMC Portland Home and Garden Show at the Expo Center. Come see 26 breathtaking gardens in full bloom and the country's #1 flower show. Whether you're building or just remodeling, attend expert seminars and see nearly 1,000 exhibits with the latest ideas for your home and garden. Shop, compare, buy, and learn at the largest home show and the largest garden show together at the Expo Center. Going on now through Sunday. Don't miss it.
On Wall Street today, the Dow dropped 84 points to close at 10,441. The Nasdaq's up 17 at 2262. The 10 o'clock news continues in a moment.
He's still looking good. He leads the way. His name is Darren, and he'll lead you to Subway.
I'm not the only one who loves Subway. Hi, I'm Steve, and this is my wife Renee. I started eating Subway low-fat sandwiches every day. And I started riding my bike.
I saw how Subway was working for Steve, and together we lost 60 pounds.
Thanks again, Jared.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Let's see who it really is.
Old Man Radcliffe, the plumber.
Sure. Old Man Radcliffe would get the used cars from the junkyard, put the phony price tags on them, pretend he was the used car leader, and wear the showgirl costume for fun.
And it would have worked, too, if it wasn't for you nosy hippies.
Hey, gang, anyone need a car?
Scott Robinson!
If you don't come see me today, I can't save you any money.
All engines are go for the Spruce Goose. The famous airplane in McMinnville is getting closer to complete restoration.
8 supercharged engines were attached today, but still the museum piece will never fly. KPTV's Robin Burke has the story.
The enormity of this ship with wings, even on the ground, is overwhelming. The engines that once lifted it briefly in the air are the largest used for any aircraft. 8 supercharged 28-cylinder Pratt & Whitney engines, the same 5,000-pound models being attached to the Spruce Goose now. Although these engines will never be fired up for flight, they are authentic.
Well, I think that's the difference between preserving and restoring aircraft versus making new ones. Certainly we could make a plastic one of these if you'd like, but that wouldn't be our history, would it? This is part of the United States America history here.
With 8 engines being bolted in place on the football field-sized wings, the restoration is now 2/3 complete.
We still have aileron flaps and horizontals that need restoration plus installation. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us.
The 500-passenger boat flies 70 feet above the sea for a mile.
For most of us, memories of the Spruce Goose are from replayed newsreels, the mysterious millionaire Howard Hughes at the helm. But Jack Reel remembers the real thing. When Mr. Hughes died, I wanted it to go someplace very worthy. This is a very worthy place. It's also worthy of 20,000 hours of volunteer work. Very few people involved in the restoration are paid.
We've got a free crane operator and a free crane for today and tomorrow.
Now, because the restoration depends on volunteers and donated equipment, the museum doesn't have an opening date just yet, so your chance to see the Spruce Goose is still up in the air. In McMinnville, Robin Burke, the 10 o'clock news.
The Spruce Goose soared off Long Beach, California more than 54 years ago on its maiden voyage. It never flew again. And even if the engines worked, the museum wouldn't want to risk crashing a piece of history.
Shoppers at a Georgia grocery store had quite an experience yesterday. An 8-point buck wandered into the store and startled customers and workers alike. The whole thing was caught on tape.
And I turned around and looked. And when I turned around and looked, the deer was right there. And when I hit the door swung open, and I came here screaming, and the deer came right behind me.
Yeah, when he came through here, he was galloping.
Jumped up over the wall and hit the women's buggies, and they started screaming and everything. Yeah, I ran. I was flying. he's flying. I didn't know I could move so fast.
An 8-point buck. And then he went back in the deli, and there was 2 ladies working back there. And both of them closed themselves up in the cooler because they saw him coming.
It's prancing around back in our produce preparation area.
It was having a problem, and I was having a problem because I couldn't believe it because this was a big, huge deer buck thing.
I'm thinking, well, I better get it now because there's a crowd forming around me, and if it gets out, it's going to charge somebody.
And then jumped out over this counter here and broke the register.
I said, well, it's probably now or never, so I grab it by the horns.
Surprisingly, nobody was hurt, not even the buck. Folks say they've seen more deer lately around that area of the grocery store.
A Texas man is starting his own undershirt business on the internet, but what he's putting on those shirts is making a lot of people angry. James Doolin started up wifebeaters.com. He's selling white tank tops for men and women with the words wife beater embroidered on the front. Well, the shirts sell for $15. There's a discount on the website for actual convicted wife beaters. You can even have the t-shirt customized with blood stains or cigarette holes. Isn't that nice? Doolin says the whole thing is a joke, but some folks aren't laughing.
I think we all need to be outraged about this. What this does is make light of something that's very serious. It desensitizes us to the pain, the danger.
Some community leaders in Texas are asking Doolin to shut down his website.
Paramount Pictures is shooting a movie in the Portland area this spring, and you have a chance to be in it. They're looking for about 2,000 extras. The movie is called The Hunted, starring Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. There is an open casting call tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 4:30. This is at the Hollywood Theater on Sandy Boulevard. Bring a picture with you, and if you have any questions, you can call 503-244-6313.
And if you're hunting for a weekend getaway or a great restaurant, you won't want to miss Newsmakers tomorrow night. Our guest this week is a walking encyclopedia on Oregon, author Gordon Coffin, who, by the way, happens to work here at KPTV. We're all very proud of him. Talks about his new book, Travel Smart Oregon, tomorrow night on Newsmakers at 10:35.
Well, do you think 8th graders are too young to know what they want to be when they grow up? That depends on who you talk to. KPTV's Jim Hyde and photographer Jeff Connor spoke to the would-be graduates of Fernwood Middle School in Northeast Portland today. Our guys joined a group of adults taking part in the annual career day at Fernwood. Occupations from physician to firefighter were represented. The idea is not to recruit kids for a particular profession, but to give them a realistic sense of some of the job opportunities out there.
Man's job sounded pretty interesting because it was flexible and he made enough money, and so it was like there was a lot of options, and it wasn't just, it didn't sound extremely stressful.
Well, although Jim and Jeff considered abandoning their career day presentation to find out more about that job, they completed what they were there to do, and they'll be back here on Monday morning doing some news stories for us. 8th graders in Portland Public Schools will be forecasting the classes they want to take and deciding which high schools they want to attend.
And the first question always at those things, how much money do you make? And I always say, less than you think.
I've never come up with a good answer for that.
Less than you think.
That's a good one.
That's a good answer. We'll have an update to tonight's top stories in the Pinpoint Forecast just ahead in the 11 o'clock headline.
In sports, the top-ranked team in junior hockey comes to Portland. What does Red Deer have on the Winterhawks? Tim Becker has the highlights on ice. Stay with us.
Most car dealers only give low wholesale value for your trade. But right now, trade in your vehicle for a new Chevy at Car Chevy World, and we'll base the value of your trade-in on High Retail Blue Book. That's right, High Retail Blue Book. We're overstocked with new Chevys, and we need good used vehicles. With low interest rates and high rebates from the factory, now is the best time to get low prices on new and High Retail Blue Book-based value for your trade-in. For limited time only at Car Chevy World, Beaverton, Canyon Road, 1 block west of Murray.
That's an angel throwing a curveball.
We are all born dreamers. At Key, we'll bring together the right people with the right resources to help you achieve anything, even a PhD.
Look.
That's an angel throwing a curveball.
Key, achieve anything.
You can do things at Progressive.com you can't do at other auto insurance websites.
I got an instant quote from Progressive and rates for 3 other leading companies.
6-month rates can really vary from company to company.
In fact, you could be paying over $500 more than you have to.
If we can't save you money, we'll tell you who can.
Shop and buy at Progressive.com. Recently rated the #1 online insurance carrier.
Confused by a contract? Let us help.
Put the power of KPTV Oregon 12 to work for you. Go online with Consumer Action, an exclusive service of Oregon12.com.
Get more in touch with Portland and the news that surrounds you.
If you love meat, then you'll love Papa Murphy's Chicago-style pizza. 2 layers of fresh crust stuffed with a full pound of cheese, loads of premium pepperoni and salami, beef and sausage. Topped with more cheese, fresh Roma tomatoes, and green onions. It weighs over 5 pounds. Papa Murphy's Chicago-style stuffed pizza. For a limited time, it's just $10.99.
Papa Murphy's Take and Bake.
Big pizza, big taste.
It has a flat rear floor, so there's more room for your legs, which may or may not be a good thing. Introducing the all-new Civic from Honda. Amazing, but true.
Now, sports with Tim Becker.
Well, for the second time this season, just one goal separates the budding Winterhawks and Red Deer, the top-ranked powerhouse in junior hockey. The Hawks apparently took to heart Coach Mike Williamson's pregame pep talk.
Go out there and outwork him for that shift. Be better than that guy beside you. If we do that, guys, we're 2-0 against the supposed #1 team in Canada. And that's a pretty good record to have.
Yes, it would be, gang. Back in November, the Hawks upset the Rebels in Red Deer, but the sweep would not come easy, as Joe Bally discovers up close and personal. Hawks outshoot the Rebels tonight, 24-14, but Sean Road and the boys never do knock one through the net. Hawks goalie Lanny Ramage goes all out to keep the game scoreless for more than 56 minutes. Nice save, but with 3:41 to go, Kyle Wanvig beats Ramage with a brilliant backhand move there, and that does it. Red Deer escapes Portland, clutching a 1-0 victory. Hey, by virtue of their victory in Portland last night, the Utah Jazz now own the best record in the West by percentage points over the Blazers, who aren't playing like the best right now, and they know it. Good thing that old Jazz classic, Stockton to Malone, only plays in Portland a couple of times per regular season. The Blazers should face a lighter load tomorrow night when they visit the L.A. Clippers. The Clips handed the Blazers a pretty shocking upset in L.A. about 3 weeks ago, but that was without Scottie Pippen, who returned to action last night and takes no team for granted.
We can't overlook anyone. We're not playing well enough to chalk up any wins right now by looking at the schedule. So the last time we were there before the break, we lost. So we owe them a game, and we are a win to ourselves.
From L.A., the Blazers will head for Texas, facing Houston Monday and San Antonio on Tuesday. Hey, the new 76er, Dikembe Mutombo, traded at yesterday's deadline, makes his Philly debut in Detroit tonight. Mutombo blocks 5 shots to go with 17 points and 13 rebounds. His presence could ease the path for Allen Iverson, who scorched the Pistons for 43, 99-78 Philly. This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, gang. Dikembe's old team, the Hawks, truly missed him against Shaq and the Lakers tonight. O'Neal hammers down 30 on the soft Atlanta middle. Kobe Bryant skipped his second straight game with a bum ankle, but L.A. survives 113-106. High school hoops, Westview at Aloha, where the Warriors take the early lead on Jim Brown's jumper. Westview trying to hold number 3 position in their final conference game, but Avery Wright's 3B keeps them at bay. Finally, midway through the first quarter, though, the Wildcats take over. Nathan Mansfield for 3, and then 6'7" Marshall Hartman inside over a couple of guys right there. Hartman, one of the state scoring leaders, averages 21 a game, cleans up the miss, and then more Hartman pouring it on thick, a 3-pointer all alone, and Westview blows it open to win 58-37. They finish 12-4 in league. Quick check of the 4A state wrestling meet. Team standings as of late this afternoon has Crater leading the pack rather handily. Then it gets tight, though. Newburgh just a point ahead of Canby, followed by Eagle Point and Hermiston rounds out the top 5. Okay, at the Nissan Open, a black patch on hole number 3 in honor of Dale Earnhardt. Tiger Woods gained a little ground on the pack today, though the tee shot here doesn't help after finishing at even par 71 yesterday. Tiger shoots a 3-under today, leaving him 4 shots behind the co-leaders. This is one of the leaders, Miguel Angel Jimenez, nice birdie from the fringe. He's at 7-under along with Davis Love III. Fred Funk, nowhere on the radar screen really, but a nice putt for the par. And will someone please tell me what Mr. Funk is doing right here? What is that all about? Shauna?
I don't want to know. I don't think
Any suggestions?
No.
Hey, it's not often you get to hear Tiger yell 4.
No,
Is he losing his edge a little bit?
I don't know.
What's
It's pretty
going on
average,
with
isn't he,
Tiger?
as of late?
Yeah, thanks. Updating our top stories in the 11 o'clock headlines. A Portland man charged with killing 3 prostitutes in Forest Park in 1999 avoids the death sentence. 33-year-old Todd Allen Reed pleaded guilty to aggravated murder. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms in prison. No chance of parole.
After 35 years, a Portland movie theater is shutting down. The Eastgate was built in 1966 for $1 million. Back then, Portlanders flocked to see and hear Hollywood's blockbusters on the biggest screen in town. The builder of the Eastgate says it has become a victim of the times, and this is the last weekend it will be open.
The world's largest...
On sale now at Fred Meyer.
It's the security of a 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. 24-hour roadside assistance and free scheduled maintenance. But most of all, the security of knowing you'll never, ever lose it in the parking lot. The Jaguar XJ. Lease one for just $7.99 a month.
Body shop in Jaguar, 16th at West Burnside.
Hi, this is Shirley Hancock, inviting you to help Coin TV recognize outstanding teachers in our community through our Teacher of the Month program. Just pick up a nomination form from your participating State Farm Insurance Office or Sylvan Learning Center. You can also nominate your teacher online at coin.com. We'd love to visit your school and present your teacher with a plaque and a $500 check. So nominate your teacher today and help Coin TV recognize people who are making a difference in the lives of our children.
The best people, the best coverage. Shirley Hancock, only on KOIN 6 News.
Drama, The District on CBS. It's all here.